We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good.
What are you doing in my house?
Okay. This is episode 168. I hope he's talking to us. And tonight we're talking about Logan.
Snicked.
I am... wait, what? What did you say?
Snicked.
Is that the noise that the blades sound when they come out?
That's the comic book noise, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were cursing at me. I didn't know if I needed to bleep it or not. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, not the car, Jimison.
Hey, bub.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Corny, you were a good pupil, but the words would choke me. No, I would say you were a good pupil, but the words would choke me. Logan. Sorry, I screwed that up.
Personally, I was hoping for Cornelius Old Man Logan.
Actually, that probably would have been better. Yeah. Okay. Let's pretend I said that. And Sam pays for the horse ride, but not for the phone charger's vector.
You know, Sean, you're a glorified truffle pig.
Okay. Did somebody say that?
I bet the bacon is good.
Did someone say that in the movie, or are you just being mean?
No, they say that in the movie. Caliban says that in the movie.
Oh, he does? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says, I'm just a glorified truffle pig.
Oh, nice. I missed that somehow. Which is weird, because I've seen this movie, I watched this movie twice in 2 days. So,
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Well, so full disclosure, watched this movie. I rented it when I was on a gig, last week. If you listened last week, I was on location at my buddy's house, and I watched it, and then my wife was like, you MFer, you watched that movie without me. So then I had to watch it with her. But I rented it on my TV and didn't on my computer, so I didn't get to pull clips. So I have no clips. I'm sorry. But that's okay. And it's basically, it'll be like any other normal spoiler movie. So, spoiler alert. Here is your only first and last warning. Spoiler alert.
Ooga.
That's right. So,
This is also a rated R X-Men movie, so be prepared for bleeping.
yeah.
Wait, no.
I mean, are you warning me I need to be prepared to bleep?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say anything yet.
The look on your face was priceless.
Yeah,
It's like, wait a minute. I don't have clips to bleep, so unless...
Sean was like, oh, shit, this is going to be a terrible night.
Fathers.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I don't edit the show immediately after the show, because if you guys started F-bombing all night, I'd be here all night. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of a good alert that I can come up with for spoiler alert. So,
Or you can just play the clip from Rush Hour 3 or Rush Hour 2.
We haven't done Rush Hour 2. I don't have.
No, I'm just saying you take that clip, Damn, he ain't going to be in Rush Hour 3.
Oh, okay, sure. Here we go.
You can't keep a good robot down.
There we go. So there's your spoiler alert. I don't know why that was that, but whatever. This movie,
Spoils.
I am super excited to talk about this movie for many
glad you
reasons.
guys finally watched it.
Yeah, I finally got to watch it. You okay, Andrew?
I just pulled my headphones out. Hang on.
Okay, we'll wait. I guess
Okay,
that's
go
what she
ahead.
Wait, what?
Poor guy's in the dark.
said. You
He
good?
can't see unless I talk. There he goes. I can see the light up now.
Oh, weird. For some reason, why is it doing that? Oh, strange. Whatever. Anyway, cool. So yeah, Logan, 2017 Logan. This was rated R. Some would say, well, of course it was rated R because Deadpool was so successful. And according to what I read, this movie was going to be rated R before they released Deadpool. Believe him or not, I don't know. I guess they would have to have started making this movie before Deadpool was aired. So I believe them. And yes, for those who have not seen this movie, who have small children and think, I'm going to go take them to watch a comic book movie. No.
Oh, no.
There is.
I saw that. I actually stopped a mom. She had, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 5, 6-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And I'm heading into the theater. And I hear the guy go, oh, yeah, it's down the hall on the left, said the same place I'm going. And I stopped and looked, and I said, are you taking your kids to see Logan? She says, yeah. I said, you should totally not do that.
This is why we have preschoolers listening to Drake and Wiz Khalifa.
and not that, I mean, she didn't know. It was a comic book movie. And, they were like, oh, Wolverine. The kids are excited about it. And I said, ma'am, this is a super violent movie. She didn't know that. And I'm not saying the lady was a bad mom or anything like that. I'm just saying
no, she's a bad
she
mom.
was completely unaware of, basically it's the same type of parent I saw taking their kids to Deadpool.
It's the same kind of parent that took their kids to Sausage Party because it was an animated film. I mean,
oh dear.
I just
do some homework, people.
Right, and it might be a little unfair for the 4 of us parents to judge other parents and their inability to.
I will on this.
To parent their child, but it takes 30 seconds to go to imdb.com to determine. I mean, forget IMDb. You had to look up on your phone to find out what time the movie was showing. It tells the rating next to the thing. It says rated R. Logan, rated R.
It says it at the movie theater too.
Yeah, and then shame on the attendant for not saying, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am, this is a rated R movie." Yeah, I'm just
excuse me, sir. This is a rated R movie.
Yeah, that's the best I could do. Yeah. So anyway, there's soapbox done.
I'll have to ask my manager.
I mean, like we've had this conversation before on this show. What was the first rated R movie you ever saw? And again, mine was Aliens, and I was like 9 or 10. That was with my dad, and I was home. And he knew what the movie was and let me watch it.
So he had seen it before?
Yeah, he had watched it. It was on. He had rented it from Blockbuster, or bought it on VHS, and we had it at the house.
You're so old.
Yeah, sure, Sam. I remember when you talking about the first time you saw a moving picture. It was an exciting time for you.
It's when the fire would flicker on the cave walls and
right.
little dancing.
Yeah,
elephants.
A selfie was is when you put mud on a stick or mud on a rock and then smash your face into it. We watched The Croods for the first time last week, and they did that in the movie. It was actually pretty funny. I had not seen that, and Sarah's like, "Hey, let's watch this. Declan will like it." And I thought it was actually great that they cast Nicolas Cage to play Caveman. I'm like, oh, that's the best casting I've ever heard of.
Caveman, one of his best roles ever.
Yeah, it really is. He totally plays a caveman really well. I thought it was actually really funny. I actually like him. I'm going on a tangent as we do. I actually kind of like him in that Sorcerer's Apprentice movie because that movie is so cheesy and slapsticky that his over-the-top acting works for that role.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So anyway, but maybe we'll get to see him in USS Indianapolis. Isn't that what you wanted to do, Sam?
That's right. Yeah.
We might throw that in there coming
dear.
up. But what we're not going to do is skip over Logan. So,
yes, nobody should skip over Logan.
Except for those 4 and 5-year-old or 5.
Yeah, except for the kiddies.
Except for the kiddos, yeah. So this movie again, very, very, very R. And I'm just going to say it now. I'll let us do our normal intros as we do. Actually, let's just do that now. I don't want us to take anything away. So let's go ahead and start. So Andrew, your kind of initial thoughts on this movie, The Logan, Old Man Logan.
Do we want a plot summary?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
This is what happens when you don't have a script.
It's okay.
Hold on, I'll write one for you.
No, I got it.
Oh, please. Get out of my script.
In the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X somewhere on the Mexican border.
Wait.
However,
Wait, that's the whole thing? Is that it?
no. However, Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended. Oh, upended.
Upended?
Upended. Yeah,
You were.
they're upended when a young mutant arrives, pursued by dark forces.
Dark Forces? Okay.
And Katy Perry.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, Dark Horse. Sorry.
Yeah, Dark Horses, yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I don't even know that song right now. I can't think of it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, oh my gosh, come on, computer, what's happening? Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You did hit record this time, right?
No, I did. Different computer. No, my desktop decided to. For some reason, iTunes. Here we go. Jeez.
For a moment, I thought you self-bleeped yourself. I was like, that's
No, iTunes is being weird. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so thank you for that synopsis, which is sort of right, I guess. I don't know. Andrew.
What?
Right? I
Well-
mean, it's. I don't know.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I guess that's right. Yeah. No, go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, I really enjoyed this movie. I think that when we were introduced to Wolverine in 1990, whatever,
It was 2000,
whatever,
yeah.
whenever that was, originally, I think this is the Wolverine everybody wanted.
Absolutely.
You know, let loose and really let the rage control him.
Let the rage flow through
Right.
you.
I mean, it was action packed. It was a movie that kept my attention the entire time. The storyline was great, and I don't know X-Men comics that well, other than what I watched on the animated series X-Men a long time ago, and I don't think this was part of that. So, I didn't know about. Was it X-23 or 24, whatever she is?
23. She'd be X-23.
23. Yeah. I didn't know about her and the kind of backstory behind it. So after I watched the movie, I kind of went back and looked up some stuff and kind of put that together. But I don't think you necessarily need to do that. You don't have to go look it up to understand what the movie's doing and the story that it's telling. It kind of was a surprise to me that was his daughter in a sense. But after you see her abilities for the first time, you automatically know that's, she is spawn of Logan.
There is some family resemblance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she remind you of someone?
So, I felt like the movie itself had some emotional, not, well, it's all emotion, but some more touching sides when it comes to their relationship and how he is looking after it. It was definitely a family film in that sense. Well, it's quite literally, but not. But anyway, we've seen some darker superhero movies now, and I think I like the direction that these movies are going in.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's really interesting that you say that, because I think that the downfall of DC has been the dark and brooding nature of their movies, and that what I've been hearing about the new Wonder Woman is that why it's so successful is that it's more like a Marvel movie in that it, in tone and feel, it's not Zack Snyder's teenage angsty dark shot through the lens of a dark gray pantyhose, so like there's sunlight and things. Again, I've not seen the movie, I'm just saying things that I've heard, so I just think
That sounds like something a DC hater would say, so I understand.
I kind of disagree, but only because I've seen the movie.
You disagree on what? That it's not happy or
Wonder Woman is still dark and has that Snyder-ish feel to it. It's just done so much better.
Again, I have not seen it, so I'm going off.
I haven't either.
I'm going off of what other people have said.
Oh,
And from what other people have said is that this is this isn't. It's like they took not the formula, but like the feel of a Marvel movie and then transferred it to DC because there's some humor and there's some light and they're like literally there's sunlight. There's actual sunlight. We haven't seen sunlight in a movie since like that one moment when Superman decided to go near the sun in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, different argument for a different day. Cool. Logan.
What's up, bub? So I was super excited to hear that they were doing an Old Man Logan movie.
Old Man
Logan.
And I was actually really afraid how they were going to be able to do what I thought was going to be a quote-unquote Old Man Logan. Now, there's a comic series, the character Old Man Logan is essentially in a post-apocalyptic kind of United States. I kind of forget how it goes, but essentially the country's divided up into zones, and the whole
13 districts.
There's 13 districts, and they have to send children
in these games for food.
Yeah.
But Logan has basically, I thought they were going to do a comic book movie about a storyline, and I was really afraid how they were going to do it. They did not do that comic line, and I could not be happier that they didn't. This was not just a good comic book movie, but an excellent movie, I thought, all the way around. It gave me a wide range of everything. I had, laughter and questions down to the sad moments, and I left the movie theater both times I saw it very pleased with the movie. It's one of those things that I think you should see in terms of a film, not necessarily because it's a comic book movie, but I think it was a really good film. Mm-hmm. Did a lot of great things, like Andrew said. They did a lot of things very well. You can have basically. This could have been almost any kind of story without having to show a bunch of superpowers. Like, you almost don't have to have them in this movie, and I still think it almost plays out pretty well. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Logan, you got to do that storyline, but I just really like the fact that they use a lot of common sense in terms of how they wrote the storyline, and I say that in the sense that, Wolverine is not immortal, and basically show that, and
right.
Which is all we've gotten in the previous movies is that it's hard to kill him, but
it in the movies have shown it's impossible to kill him. He was drowning for like 8 minutes and then he lived. So yeah.
But anyway, I like that. So I could go on, but the Old Man Logan storyline, if you don't know what it is, you should definitely check it out. It's pretty damn dark and gruesome, and there's actually a really iconic scene where Logan pops his claws for the first time in a long time, and the reason why he stopped is because of a Spider-Man villain, Mysterio, convinced him that he was being attacked at the Xavier school. And turns out that Wolverine just killed all of them, and then he snapped out of it, and then he kind of ran away.
Well, in the trivia for this movie, again, I got the trivia from the IMDb page, so take it for what it's worth. But according to that trivia, the Old Man Logan storyline is that Magneto forces Logan to kill the X-Men.
Nah, that's incorrect.
So there
it's
you
Mysterio.
go.
He makes him believe that.
You mean old fishbowl head?
Old fishbowl head.
Yeah, that's what I like to call him.
No, it's not Magneto.
Interesting.
But anyway, so end of story. It was a really good movie, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. All right, cool, Sam.
Yeah. This was the X-Men Wolverine movie I think we all thought we were going to get back in the 90s when this all started. Watching this now makes me wonder how the heck these other Wolverine films, including the X-Men films, weren't rated R and showed what his claws could do. The brutality of his power is unbelievable. In terms of fighting, we saw was it the Wolverine movie where it was like chopping through things and it was so CGI? It was kind of funny.
That was the Wolverine Origins Origins Wolverine or whatever it's called.
Origins, yeah.
It's awful.
But my goodness, I still have a few questions in terms of he has scars. How
I can explain.
I know he's dying slowly, but the scars confuse me. On there, and maybe get to that in a second. Let me just go down my little rabbit hole here. I agree with Corny in terms of this movie could work without having any kind of superpowers. We've seen it before, these dark, like the movie Unforgiven, even like, was it Payback? Where you just kind of have almost like a gruff older guy at the end of his rope, end of his life, even fighting for the the last scraps of survival. But this movie was blessed with the opportunity to go where the story took it, and I mean that by there's some shocking deaths in this movie that even I was like, holy crap, did they just do that? And they died. It wasn't some sort of miraculous blood transfusion or the mind goes into another body or something like that. There are graves, and these people actually, pass away. And that really shocked me, especially, we are doing spoilers, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is what this is for.
When Xavier gets killed, stabbed, I was like, holy crap, what the hell is going on? Because so many movies, he is so untouchable. Even Caliban, who, have we met him before?
He was introduced in what's it called? The one that none of us watched, Apocalypse, with a different actor, but yeah.
But the death of him and what they were doing to him, really affected me, and I didn't even, we barely get to know him. So they wrote this movie well, they directed it well, the action sequences are really great, and I think it just adds some great canon to some of these X-Men stories. What do you think, Sean?
So again, I watched this movie twice in like 3 days, and I really enjoyed it both times. And frankly, the second viewing was better because I picked up on stuff that I didn't the first time, and I was really
except for the truffle pig thing.
Yeah, obviously, except for the truffle pig. Yeah, there was some stuff that I was really confused about, and it wasn't until doing research for this show that I fully understood what was happening. Because the movie does, I think, a pretty good job of not spoon feeding you, which I know we've talked about. Like, we hate it when movies treat us as idiots, and then so they hint around this concept that this thing happened back at Westminster, right? Back at the mansion. We don't know what happened, but something happened, right? And Logan doesn't want to talk about it, and he's upset, and it's just him and the professor and what's his name? Powder. So
Caliban.
Okay, so thank you for saying that because I kept saying Powder.
Yeah. So then in this really
that film here.
No. I've seen that movie and I hated it. So in that really kind of sweet moment where Professor is kind of he has his moment of clarity where he realizes that he talked about what happened at the mansion and that he was like really sorry. And so like it took the second viewing for me to go, oh wait, is he responsible for basically the destruction of the X-Men? And
yes,
then the trivia in this movie confirms that is that he had one of his seizures, and that it doesn't affect Logan as bad as everyone else. I don't know if it's because of healing or because of
That's what I got it as, or took it as.
Maybe it's his healing, or maybe it's his adamantium frame is able to kind of help shield him. I don't know. I mean, Corny, if you might know, we can go there.
Well, I'm going to go with two theories on that one real quick. One, adamantium might have helped, but at the same time, Laura doesn't have the ability to withstand it. Number two...
Well, she does. Remember, she's on the ground. She's crawling as much as he is. She picked up the needle. I mean, I think... Because, again, everyone else is frozen.
Yeah.
Right. Even Caliban is like can't even breathe, and Laura's still moving. So I think there might be something to the antimantium thing.
Yeah. So another part of that is in depending on what storyline you're talking about, there's some quote unquote mental shielding that Professor X does to Wolverine, so it can keep kind of his feral stuff back. Because in the power set of Wolverine, he's actually more feral, so he's more animal-like, and so those tendencies, the berserker rage and all that stuff,
Right.
Which, by the way, is an awesome scene.
Oh, that berserker bit in the woods was fantastic. That was
I
wonderful.
clapped. I never did. Anyway, so I'm thinking mental shielding or the adamantium, but the adamantium makes a little bit more sense,
Right.
In terms of blocking because it's metal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I mean, anyway, that's fine. So so that scene had like way more weight this time than the first time, because then I kind of understood all of the why he was doing the stuff at the beginning of the movie more. Right. Like
Why they were so away from everybody.
right. So isolated. He's in a big drum. Why they count the NSA considers his brain a weapon of mass destruction. Like now it makes sense, and it kind of also makes sense why. I mean, Logan has an unyielding loyalty to the professor, even after what happened. And I can see that kind of makes their relationship more endearing. Because it would have been easy for Logan just to say, well, you killed everyone that I love, I'm out. I'm going to go up to Alkali Lake and drink beer and whatever. So, anyway, the only thing in the movie, and now you've heard me complain about this like as recently as last week with Hunter, where I don't like it when they have children in movies doing things that I don't want to see children doing.
So weird.
I'm just gonna be. I didn't like Kick-Ass for that reason, because I didn't like watching Hit Girl do all those really super violent things. But in this movie, I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. I'm in. It's fine. And I even because what she's doing again, it was like pure rage, and the actress was so good at doing it, just portraying the rage that Logan has also, and so I was like part of my brain was like, this, I shouldn't enjoy this. Another part was like, man, whatever. Let's just go. Let's do it. So,
so is that one part of your brain is, looks like you don't have a hood on? Is that we're going with?
Sure.
I was making reference to that Kermit meme.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. The only part of the movie that actually bugged me, honestly, is it was like, oh, we get to use the F word? Fine. We're going to use it a whole lot. We're going to give Wolf of Wall Street a run for their money. Like,
Yeah, we never heard it before. I kind of agree with you that with this one, because in all, and I know because they weren't rated R, Professor X wasn't being, filthy. Yeah. But it did seem like, oh, okay, we've got free reign. Let's go ahead and do it.
And it was like, and again, I'm not some prude. I love Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, and those movies all have the F word. I don't care. It seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like, oh, we get to do this thing. It's like on those FX shows, when they were first like, we can say shit on that show, on that network. So then everyone had to say shit like 150 times.
Wasn't that a South Park episode?
Yeah, they made fun of it in South Park. I mean, they could have done that. Like, again, I was cool with the F word in like when he's fighting the Mexicans at the beginning of the movie, and like some of the other fight scenes and stuff. But like when he looks at her and drops the F bomb like 17 times, going, "You can F and talk? What the F? F? What the F-ity F? What do you know?" It seemed over the top. Again, I'm kind of nitpicky here, and that's fine. And an otherwise excellent movie, I thought the sweary was a little too much. But again, there was so much of the movie to like and really like. I will say this: in the year 2029, we have some really good audio and video production capabilities on our cell phones, because that documentary she made
The documentary was amazing.
It was amazing. I mean, it had a voiceover that she would have had to have recorded in her hotel room, like while watching the footage that she was doing. I mean, that was impressive.
iMovie update. Just update your phone. It'll be
iMovie 92.
Yeah, I mean 2029. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go like crazy with the cell phone to make them like the size of iPads or whatever, because they have to be bigger or whatever. But I thought it was great. I thought the bad guy was great, and I'm gonna tell you this right off. When the bad guy got shot in the face, I laughed because it's not you weren't expecting it, right? Like, like to your point, Sam. I think you said, or when somebody said, like they liked the movie because it was like things that like normal logical thinking people would do. Yep. That's what something like, just because you don't like guns like The Rock did in the movie, but if you have the ability to use one and this is the only way you're going to win, you're going to use one. And so he got that guy monologuing and it just shot him in the face. He
shot me in the face.
You got to find that real quick. It was great. I mean,
get out of my truck. I'm taking Sierra. Sir?
One of us pays the other for half.
Hold on. No f***ing way. You f***ing notice this? I got shot. I got shot in the face.
It was a long way to get there. I'd forgotten that clip was 30 seconds long. Anyway, so he shoots him in the face, and then, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have to ask this question: did this movie have a hopping man moment? Because I kind of think it did.
I thought Caliban was going to be one there for a second.
No, of course, if he didn't have to have his last line, "Beware of the light," and then the guy got away. Anyway,
it made no sense.
It didn't. That was kind of the one thing I was like, really? Yeah. That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, explosions are pretty bright. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't say anything. Just reach over, pull the pins, count to 5, and just chuck him at the dude, and then he's dead. Like make your death mean something instead of having to go out with a clever line.
When he, let himself get blown up and he didn't try to, I was like, that might be, if he got away and someone else came after him, they could torture him again and make him search for him. And I thought that was a kind of a selfless act there also for him to go, you know what? I'm going to kill myself too. That way.
F this, I'm out.
No, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with him killing himself. What I'm not good with him is he took this moment to be dramatic, to have this line, and gave the bad guys an opportunity to react and leave. That's my point. Is not that I'm good with better.
It would have been better if he threw it right and it kind of clink clink clink. They look at it and then look at him real quick,
and then he says the line. Then say the line. Beware of the light. Yeah. Like he doesn't even get to finish the line. I think that'd have been good too. Because that would have been real, right? Everything in this movie was pretty real, except for that moment, and then that was like the verbal equivalent of a superhero landing.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it. Boom, nailed it. Oh, it's so bad for your knees. But
I wonder what my line would be.
you're getting ready to go out. You're gonna murder me and kill yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It has to be something epic.
Yeah, like suck it, Ginger. That's it.
I'm actually thinking. I'm with you. Suck it, Sean.
Yeah,
let's have a roast ginger or roasted ginger roots.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not go there. This is weird. I'm becoming uncomfortable.
Slightly tasty.
I need an adult.
I'm getting hungry.
I need an adult.
Yes,
I am an adult.
Yes, Sam. I didn't take any notes. Sam is in my script and he's being silly.
Do what?
You can't alter the script when there's not one.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I have it in front of me, but literally it just show notes and then blank, tropes, blank, and then I have things for trivia. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, again, like I said, normally for a spoiler movie, I don't have notes because I usually can't take it in the theater, though I could have this time. I just didn't.
That would have been awesome. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. No notepads are allowed. No.
if there was ever a case where like I was going to go to a movie that we would spoiler and I could be in the theater by myself or just with like you guys, I would bring my phone and take notes, like on the notepad bit. But like, no, I'm not going to do that in a real theater. That would, I don't want to piss.
I had the whole place to myself for Pirates the other day.
Really? Oh, how was that? How was Pirates?
So nice. It was fun.
Yeah?
It was fun. Not as good as the first, but leaps and bounds better than the fourth.
That's good. I had heard that too. That because I hated the fourth one. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen the fourth one.
Don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's. I mean,
skip it and run into this one.
It's
'cause
just
it's fun.
like the fourth one. The director was like, okay, we're gonna take all those little fun, over the top moments from the first three films, and then we're gonna amplify it by 50, and then give Barbosa a peg leg and put alcohol in it. Done. That's a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not a good
This one had me smiling like a little boy.
Oh.
Many times during it, just grinning ear to ear. It was just
so creepy.
It was fun.
It's all creepy. No, that's good. That's good when movies can do that, though, right?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Like Logan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm going to be honest. There was only about 3 moments in this movie where I was smiling.
That's true.
I was smiling at some pretty inappropriate moments in this movie, though.
Yeah.
Well, just like you said, when the guy gets shot in the face.
I did chuckle.
Where I was like, "Holy cow! Did I just see that?"
Yeah, I chuckled at that. I did get a grin when he went berserker mode. I thought that was pretty fantastic. I joked at the line when they're having dinner at that poor family, and he says, "I would say he was a good student, but the words would choke me." I mean, that was a great line, and from what I read, that was improv. The whole dinner scene was improv.
Oh, nice.
They basically they had a script and none of it was working. So the director said, "Why don't you guys just improv a dinner? What would a dinner between Professor X and again, these two actors have known each other for 17 years. I mean, the first X-Men movie came out in 2000. So I mean, this has been a long relationship. So they know each other and they probably give each other grief just like they did in that scene. So it was pretty great.
Well, not to mention, I think I read somewhere, didn't Wolverine actually physically carry around?
Oh yeah,
Professor X.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
oh yeah, because I remember hearing Patrick Stewart saying, "I had a wonderful time being carried around by Hugh Jackman."
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That's part of one of my trivias actually is that Patrick Stewart lost 21 pounds for the role, and
did anybody else find it just hard to watch this Professor X who's almost for so long has been like a father figure, right? Just be so sick, and just down on his luck.
It was
to me that was really hard to watch, and made it even harder that when he finally had his moment of clarity, and he was doing his little spiel about, I think Sean mentioned it, about how he didn't deserve this, which was a good bed and a good night's sleep or whatever, and then he gets killed.
Yeah.
And then he gets killed. I can't believe he got killed that way.
Yeah, I was a little bummed out too, but again, that's kind of how quote unquote real life would be, right? I mean, the only really saving grace is that this mindless killing machine. Sorry, it's obviously it was someone's like refrigerator or air conditioner, but it sounded like someone was blowing over a beer bottle. Andrew,
not me.
I know it's Andrew. He's muted right now. You good, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay. But it just seemed like like it seemed strange that X-24 would allow him to kind of get out his speech before coming over to kill him. But whatever.
Dakin is a jerk, or Dakin actually.
Is it his name?
That would be the that's kind of his name.
Okay, that's a dumb name. Dakin. Like
Dakin or Dakin, I'm not really sure.
Dakin goes good with eggs.
Yeah, it does. Wasn't there a movie with Liam Neeson where he had a special set of skills? Oh, that was Taken.
Taken.
Yeah, sorry, not Taken.
No. That's the one with the speech impediment.
I will find you, and I will allow you to run me into a
the king's
machine.
the king's speech taken. The king's taken speech. That's what it is. He has a special set of skills of mumbling and murder. So there you go. That was terrible.
That was bad.
I'm sorry. It has been a long day. What I started to mention earlier is the hopping man. So the henchman with the metal arm, the robot arm, which, by the way, didn't it seem like every henchman had some kind of metal prosthesis arm? Is that?
It's the future, man.
I think they were supposed to.
I mean, I get that. It just seems strange that it seemed like they all did. Like, you want to be in this gang, you all got to have robot arms.
Which actually,
what movie was it that they all plucked out an eye?
Oh, that was Ridiculous 6.
Was that Ridiculous 6?
Yeah. And that one guy actually did it, and the other ones didn't. They just wore eye patches. Oh, god dang. Oh, do I have Ridiculous 6? I gotta have that somewhere.
God dang.
Why do I have 3 nipples?
You know, as much as we hated that movie, they did give us that.
Man. It keeps giving us all sorts of things.
Yeah, it does. It really does. The shit that keeps on.
It was Taylor Lautner's finest hour.
It
was. I will give him that. It's my favorite movie with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's happening?
Bye.
Oh, man, don't do that.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. Friggin'.
It's just gas.
No, iTunes
everybody, Sean.
iTunes is being weird.
It was gas until it became solid.
All right, not sure what just happened there, but fine. Anyway, yeah, 3 nipples, great. What were we talking about? I don't know. Oh, I keep trying to start this and I keep forgetting. So Metal Arm Man, did he die, or did he just become Grass Man or something? Like,
didn't they all die?
Well, how? He didn't get stabbed. The grass started to eat him, and then the kids just kind of stood around him menacingly, and then we faded to the funeral.
Pretty sure he was going into the dirt.
Oh, okay. Is that what's happening? It just looked like grass was growing over him.
Like she was using her grass powers to pull him under.
Yeah. And like, did that other girl have wood bending powers? Like,
she was the kid from Sky High.
Oh yeah, she can control the thing. Oh, okay, fine.
I guess if you control plant life, you can.
Yeah. I don't know. Here we go.
Oh, the burrow's gonna be pissed.
You're doing bueno, Burrow. Don't be intimidated by the horse. You're just as good as him.
Oh, what's happening? Why is Mortal Kombat playing? What is happening?
Love it.
Anyway, it's okay, fine. I figured he died. It just seems strange that we didn't get, like... I kind of figured if all the people that deserved a good stabbing in the face, it would have been him.
Yeah.
I mean, he did... for all intents and purposes, he is the reason why Caliban is dead, and kind of all of this happened in the first place. So, anyway, there you go. I'm running out of meat of the show to talk about. I mean, there was just...
Well, I want to know about the scars.
Oh, yeah, so...
Corny, let me know, how does he actually get scars?
You want to know how he got these scars? Sorry, I know. Wrong franchise, yeah.
I'm going to say, the scars remind us that the past is real.
You're quoting a band from the aughts. I love it. Who was that? Not Fuel. Who was that? Papa Roach? Who sung that? I forgot.
Probably some Fall Out Boy. I don't know.
No, it wasn't Fall Out Boy. It was one of those butt rock bands.
But
have you never heard that phrase before? You've never heard of butt rock? Bands like Nickelback and Creed and Hinder, they were all butt rock bands because their music was on radio stations that played nothing but rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, sorry.
That song was... Oh, it was Papa Roach. It was Scars by Papa Roach.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, no, Papa Roach, why? Sorry, anyway, so the scars. So it's adamantium, when it introduced to the skeletal system of Wolverine, It's poisonous, and it literally is
Killing him.
the grafting process is literally burning out his regenerative powers because it's always trying to keep him healthy from the wear and tear of the metal in his body. So it's, the weight and everything else and all that stuff. So, and as you get older, you just, things just don't work anymore.
Well, I don't think it
That's
has
why
to
they have
do
the
with. I don't think it has to do with the age. I just think it's the fact that the adamantium had been in his body for 30 plus years, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not
Actually,
just
more than that. It's
the adamantium. It's that he's getting older. So even if he didn't have adamantium and he just had bone, everything, he would eventually have the same issue. Now, he has it earlier because the healing factor is always working.
Right.
And he's actually burned it out a couple times and gotten it back. But I guess what I'm getting at
Took
is
a little blue pill.
it's a little blue pill. We'll keep it up. So
not for too long. Then he's going to have to consult the doctor.
After more than 40 years, consult your physician.
Yeah.
Hey, bub, I've had this boner for 40 years.
They come out of my hand. It's very strange.
Actually, if I were Wolverine, I'd be really afraid that you get up in the middle of the night, you go to pee, and just one pop claw, and all of a sudden, oh no, you cut your junk off, it just grow back.
I
was worried about it.
That would still hurt.
Oh man,
he still feels pain. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Wolverine still feels pain. He just, God, would that suck?
It's got to feel so big in this tiny hand.
Nice.
Now go. Anyway, so it always comes back to Deadpool.
That would be my explanation for the scars. He just, his healing factor is burning out and just can't heal as fast.
So, like the new stuff he keeps getting shot. Those would scar over too, then
eventually,
if he lived.
Oh,
if he did.
Spoiler alert!
He
Sure.
dies. Yeah. Hey,
this whole thing's a spoiler. They should know.
Yeah.
If you went past that, then it's
by now.
So I'm going to ask this question: are we okay with the movie breaking the fourth wall and showing us X-Men comic books?
Sure, that makes perfect sense.
I don't think it broke the wall. I think it explained why they are there pretty well.
Explain why what were there? Why the comic books?
The X-Men comics were in response to the actual X-Men.
I got you.
Somebody came out and it's basically, I don't know. It's like fan fiction.
I mean, and you're right. That's kind of what it kind of is. It is interesting to think of in these worlds where if superheroes are real, then what do we make our movies about?
Well, it's like the kid in Spider-Man, who's standing there dressed as Spider-Man. Which one was that? Is that the first Amazing Spider-Man?
First one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end when Rhino's charging him.
Oh, right,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right, yeah.
But that was a homemade costume because Spider-Man had been a hero in the town,
but somebody
and that was the end of the second one. But yeah,
would be wanting to capitalize on the popularity of the heroes.
But
it would, the same thing would happen nowadays.
I guess my question then is this: if I can put these words, is that for the most part the movies have never shown them to do heroic stuff in the public eye. Like the fight at the Statue of Liberty was all done away from eyes, and the fight at Alkali Lake was done away from any other humans. And obviously the world saw Magneto pick up a bridge in the third movie, but according to Days of Future Past, that didn't happen. So, which again goes back to my issue with X-Men in general, is that they can't figure out what timeline they're having. And because does this movie, and the director basically came out and said, look, I'm going to basically ignore the fact that there are two timelines, and I'm just going to make this movie in the future, and you guys figure it out. So it is whatever, right? So fine.
So, and this one has to be the Days of Future Past storyline because Professor X is still alive, and he wasn't blown up at the end of X. Was it 2 or 3?
X3, but they explain that. Remember, there's an end credit scene where because he talks about there's a guy who's been in a vegetative state, blah 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 blah, and then at the end of the movie we don't see who it is, and the nurse walks in and goes, "Oh my God, you're awake," and then you hear Patrick Stewart's voice say something. I don't remember. He says something, right? And then at the end of the Wolverine movie, when he rolls up in his little wheelchair, and Wolverine is like, "Wait, you're alive?" And he goes, "It's a long story," right? So,
okay.
So they explain it as he got injected into this new body, and then we have to do Days of Future Past. So either timeline, he's still alive.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, because it's a horrible.
I took those movies and moved them out of my head.
Well, it's a terrible movie. The third movie is awful. So,
yes.
I mean, having Vinnie Jones say, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," and do whatever he did was.
But see, I think that was great.
It was funny, but it's terrible. But it's not good.
It's only funny because that YouTube video of someone doing this.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's good for the wrong reason, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No. So anyway, I don't know.
Don't watch that video, folks. Don't watch it.
Not safe for work. I don't know what I was going to say. So anyway,
hey, let's talk about that fight scene and
which one?
The one where he douses up on drugs and then goes to town murdering.
Just so good.
Just 100 or maybe 50 soldiers.
Uh-huh.
I actually really liked, because it was just because of the way they did it. I actually liked when the it's not even a fight scene, just when he's killing the soldiers in his hotel room, and like just the way it was filmed, it just looked really cool. I mean, again, it's super violent, and like my wife had to turn her head because it was so well done that she's like, tell me when it's over. Because when those claws go,
you hear that quite a bit, don't you, Sean?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wow.
Just let me know when it's done. Yes, ma'am. I'll let you listeners infer from that what you will. Because I'm not going to say anything because my brother-in-law listens to the show. So,
this is nasty.
Yes,
he's listening now, going, "Shut up, move on, move on."
Sorry, James. I'm going to move on. No, that fight scene was great, Sam. You're talking about the one in the woods was great. I mean, honestly, they're all really good, and it makes sense. Honestly, okay, Corny, we need to have a conversation.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, ready?
I'm really sorry I shat in your yard.
I know that's perfectly fine. HOA can have it. Oh, here's something actually funny. Again, no one really cares, but there's a random neighborhood dog that actually went and shat in the HOA lady's yard yesterday, and Sarah and I looked at it and if she comes up here and starts fussing at us, oh my God, I'm gonna be so pissed. Anyway, long story, sorry listeners. So we all watched the horrible Origins Wolverine movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched that movie at a drive-in movie theater and then rented it after that.
You were a terrible person.
Well, I watched it in the drive-in, and I thought, I wonder if because my viewing experience is impaired because it's a big screen and it's not like it's a high def screen, right? We're watching it outdoors on a giant piece of wood, so like the clarity isn't great. So I thought maybe the CGI looked bad because it was that experience, and no, it's just a bad movie.
Yes,
but Stryker pulls out his 357 Magnum.
Watch it. Oh.
And
excuse me while I whip this out.
Stryker. Oh, sorry. Anyway, that was my Foley work of Leslie Nielsen punching that woman. Airplane? Anyone? Okay.
I'm with you.
Anyway, Stryker pulls out his 357 Magnum with his animanium bullets and shoots Logan in the head like 4 times. And he's like, that's not going to kill him. And he's like, yeah, but it'll erase his memory because that's how science works. And then in this movie, animanium bullets kill you for some reason.
Or can.
Or it killed, Logan was going to use it to blow his brains out, and then it killed X-3024. So Which one screwed up? I mean, I guess we just want to say Origin screwed up because it's a bad film, but it seems strange that in their own continuity timeline they changed the rule.
Was it a different gun?
It was a different gun. It's the same bullet.
Well, the only thing I could think of is, well, never mind. It's the same bullet. It's going to have the same power.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
never mind.
It's a 357 that he uses in Origins, and it was a 44 that she used in this movie. So
you would think the 357 would be
the most powerful. I mean, other than the Desert Eagle, which is a 50 caliber hand cannon. Yeah. It's. I don't know if the caliber made a difference. Maybe someone watching noticed that the bullet was a hollow point and said, "That's the difference." I don't know, but you had to find a way to kill the X-24.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say, fun fact: adamantium is have like varying forms of adamantium. It could have been just a harder version of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna basically just go off of the fact.
I like the hollow point idea. That's a good one.
I mean, yeah, it could have been a hollow point. It could have been.
I could see that. I could buy that.
And maybe it was a bullet specially designed to kill him. I don't know, but again, I'm nitpicking here, but I'm more nitpicking the Origin movie with the bad what's his name? Deadpool, yeah. Because I remember talking to you, Corny, and I was like, "Is that what Deadpool is?" And you're like, "No, that is not Deadpool. Pretend you didn't see it. He doesn't have swords in his hands and no mouth and all of that other garbage."
See, that's when I go, why do these producers and these directors take iconic things and just go, "Oh, it'll be great if we do it this way"?
Yeah. Oh, you mean having Sabretooth actually be his brother? Yeah, no, that's dumb.
Well, that's actually like, no, yeah, I'm sorry, no, that's not a thing.
It's true in the Origin, that one comic book story arc.
But it's not true anywhere else.
But it's not true anywhere else, and it's like really dumb. It's like, why would you use that comic book story in which they're brothers, yet we've already seen Sabretooth fight Wolverine in the first movie, and he looks different, and they don't know each other, and it's dumb.
Oh, you know what it would be? Sorry, segue, but all right. So Deadpool 2, it's going to feature Cable.
Yes,
Cable is the time traveling son of Scott and Jean Summers. It'd be hilarious if during that movie, Deadpool goes, "Wait, are you the reason why all the X-Men stuff is screwed up?"
Yeah, I don't know.
Because every time he time travels, it could change a.
Well,
I can see. Yeah.
It is.
Is that why I know McAvoy and Stewart?
And Stewart, yeah. Well, they look different. Now, I will say this: there has been rumor that because Hugh Jackman said that he's done, and then came back unless they want me in Deadpool 2. So
he also mentioned something about Avengers.
Yeah, he's always wanted to do an Avengers movie. He says that's one of his regrets is not that they couldn't find a way to be in Avengers.
Because that Avengers lineup would be Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage.
But like, wouldn't you love to watch?
But you don't have to. Yeah.
But like, wouldn't you love to watch Hugh Jackman and his feral nature just staring face to face with Tony Stark and his Starkiness? Like, I think that would just be wonderful. Wonderful to see. They I don't know if you saw, but they dropped a new Homecoming trailer for Spider-Man.
I've not seen it.
I watched
I saw it.
I watched it yesterday. I had
saw
not
it on IMAX.
Yeah, I had not realized. Oh yeah, you probably would have seen it. I had not realized that the suit that he's wearing is really, really Tony Stark decked out. Like, there's.
Oh yeah.
He has a parachute.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, I did see that trailer.
Yeah, that one just came out like a couple days ago.
So far, I'm not judging the fact that his suit is all teched out.
Well, I mean, I guess it's as close as we're going to get to the Iron Spider. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Without it being all gold and tentacly and things.
Why 3 tentacles? Why?
I don't know. But
some people have 3 tentacles.
I thought that was nipples.
We call those people special.
Why do I have 3 tentacles? Yeah, I don't know. Gall darn. You ready for some trivia?
Goldine.
Yeah.
The only trope I could think of, honestly, is the bad father trope. So, that's the one I can think of.
I would have made a joke about my own dad. That would have been terrible.
Okay. Yeah, let's move away from that. Here we go.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
All right, I already mentioned the 21 pounds. James Mangold, who is the director, which I'm going to be real honest. The reason why I didn't watch this movie in the theater partly was because I moved and didn't have time to.
Yeah, me too.
But the other part was I was a little nervous because this is the guy that did The Wolverine. And I thought, well, that movie was okay, but I don't know. But no, this is way better.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Seriously.
Oh,
okay. Wow.
Same Broseph that did it. He did.
Way to step up your game, dude.
Yeah, the Wolverine. He also did Walk the Line and Girl Interrupted.
Burning Ring of Fire,
which is kind of probably why they put Johnny Cash in the credits and in the trailer. He did 3:10 to Yuma, which is I've not seen, but I've been told is really good. He also did Night and Day, which is not a good movie.
No.
Girl,
the one with
Tom Cruise and
yeah,
Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Copland. It's one of his first ones. 97. Anyway.
Girl Interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Girl Interrupted. Yeah.
So anyway, he stated that this film is set in 2029 to avoid any conflict with the timeline established by Days of Future Past, but that his goal was to make a standalone film that is not bound to continuing previous storylines or setting up sequels.
Because no one wants to touch that timeline right now.
Yeah. So the scenes where Xavier suffers from his seizures, Hugh Jackman did not act as if he was being pushed away. Instead, he was held back by a rope pulled by 2 men in order to give a more realistic portrayal of being restrained. I thought that's kind of cool.
It worked out great.
I like that stuff. Hugh Jackman induced dehydration for 48 hours prior to filming scenes of Wolverine shirtless, losing water weight. He added that the method is dangerous and that no one should attempt it at home. Jackman used his same technique 5 years earlier to create his emaciated look for prisoner Jean Valjean in Les Miserables. Corny, did you edit this? Or Sam, did you edit?
What? I didn't edit anything. I added things, but I didn't edit anything.
You edited just your silliness. Or maybe... Okay, so Corny, you know how I told you earlier about the trivia, and then I told you that the trivia said that Magneto made him kill all the people?
Yeah.
It's just because I'm tired. It actually is Mysterio. I just read Magneto.
Okay, I was like,
oh yeah,
it's definitely Mysterio.
That's why I was like, did Sam correct the trivia on my script? I mean, honestly, if Sam was going to do anything, he would have written. In the Old Man Logan, the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park tricked Logan into killing the X-Men. She was a clever girl. In the movie, Charles killed the X-Men by one of his seizures.
Now how about that movie, The Velociraptors versus Logan?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get that guy says clever girl. Wolverine goes, I knew it was there.
Yeah, and instead of Chris Pratt with his hands up trying to keep him at bay, it's Logan with his claws out.
Did you guys see that fanboy video of Wolverine versus the Predator?
I saw the Wolverine versus Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I saw it. It's called From Bat in the Sun. That company, they do that. They do superhero beatdowns. I think that's
So Wolverine versus the Predator?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Really
one.
well done.
They're all well done. Like Batman versus Darth Vader is great. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's really well done. Dollars were spent into the making of these. I just watched
whole dollars.
I mean, seriously, they're pretty good. They're pretty good production quality. I mean, we're talking about like better than your average episode of like Power Rangers or something. You know, I mean,
hey, what you should do is look into Death Battle by Game Attack, and they do things like Lion-O versus He-Man, and
those are all cartoons, though, right? Like the animated.
Yeah. But they give you like factual numbers as to why this would work, and
right. Well, yeah, I think that's the same group that did Superman versus Goku.
Yes,
and
then they did a second one,
which was fantastic, and it was so true because it's like they blow up a building, and at the base of the building was kryptonite, and so Superman is weak, and so Goku destroys the kryptonite because he wants to fight him at his best.
Yeah,
because that's what Goku would do. I mean, it literally is what he would do. It was great, and I think Goku ended up losing. But anyway,
oh yeah, he loses, and then he does it again. He loses again. They're going to do a third one.
Oh, nice.
Which is people are like, no, Goku would do this to win, and
right.
And the thing is you're right. Goku would be like, no, I want to fight him at his. I'm going to punch him in the nose.
Yeah.
No, Goku.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I know, Sam, you have no whatever with that. But the one with Wonder Woman versus...
Is that like some sort of sushi?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Rice, actually.
I don't like sushi.
Sushi.
I just don't.
You should.
Why?
You should. It's really good.
It's really good.
Well,
I mean, it almost kills me every time I eat it. But hey,
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a fan, so fine.
Yeah.
And before people say, "Oh, you've not had the real sushi," I had freaking sushi in Hawaii. Like that's.
Did you just become Bobby Boucher there for a second?
Do what?
Did you just become Bobby Boucher there for a second?
No.
You had the sushi.
I had the sushi, and Mama, and she showed me your boobies, and I like them too. Speaking of boobies, there were boobies in this movie. I think, like,
I forgot about that. It was random.
I think like that day on set, James Mangold was like, I can't make it on set today, guys. So my 14-year-old son's going to be in charge. Hey, pretty girl, can you show me your boobs? Great, we'll do it on camera. Whatever, it's fine. At the beginning, okay, I've mentioned this before. Whenever I find trivia that I find complete and other horse shit, I'm going to play this here.
That is one big pile of shit.
There we go. You ready? At the beginning of the movie, Professor Xavier is rambling incoherently and starts rattling off the Taco Bell advertising copy. This oddly ties into the movie's actual plot. The characters start off hiding in Mexico while Taco Bell serves Mexican fast food. And while not one of these things Xavier says, for years, Taco Bell's slogan was, "Make a run for the border." The climax of the film involves a number of characters running to cross the U.S. border. Not into Mexico, but into Canada. Oh, that is so painful.
That is one big pile of shit.
There you go. So, which, by the way, does Canada now have like a force field? Like, why was it such a big damn deal that they can't cross into Canada? Why? Just chase them into Canada. You had a base in Canada. Who cares? It's not like there are literally Mounties at the border with more advanced weaponry than what you have.
Well, you see, in 2019, President Trump
built the wall to Canada.
Yeah.
And so you can only cross at certain times, and so this was their crossing moment. I got it.
It's kind of like that barrier from The Gift, where once you cross it, everybody gets their memories back.
Oh, so once you go into Canada, all the moose are exported into America.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much like the wall from the Monsters. And there's one gap.
There's just one gap there.
One gap
where the monsters walked through and killed America. Got it. That's all the trivia I got. Other thing that's kind of interesting. This movie, it actually didn't make as much money as I thought it would have, but maybe because it's rated R.
Yeah.
So you lost a lot of children viewing because it. And I say only, but it was only $100 million to make, $97 million to make, because they use a lot of practical effect instead of CGI. But worldwide, again, I say only in kind of air quotes, but only $607 million. I mean, Wonder Woman's going to make that by next weekend.
I'm on board with that. That makes sense.
I mean, it does. Again, for a rated R movie, it does make sense.
But it's such a. I mean, I think the clout it got in terms of quality is going to help other X-Men movies.
No, you're not wrong there. I mean, basically, Fox has cemented themselves in in this genre. And they're obviously going to make. I mean, they're making a Deadpool 2. And from what I read, what's his name? Not Danny Glover. Donald Glover, the Gambino kid.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, he's bringing a cartoon version of Deadpool to FX, like kind of Archer style.
Oh. Speaking of Archer, I need to catch up on.
I don't know if the art style is going to be the same, but it'll be, kind of that level of whatever.
Of crass.
Yeah, that's actually weird. I was going to use that very same word. I forgot to do top 3. Okay, soundtrack grade. I liked it a lot. When it was very kind of discordant, and I liked the kind of throwback 70s music whenever they would, well, not 70s, but when they would do the Johnny Cash bit, and that was kind of cool. So I liked the music. I thought it was good.
I know all about Johnny Cash. I play in a cover band. Yes, that is correct. I do get the looks that you think I would get in a Johnny Cash cover band.
Wow, what looks do you get? Like, what instrument do you play? Oh, what's that noise?
I play drums in.
Oh, you do play drums? I don't know. Yeah. You play like 15,000 instruments in 1,200 bands, so like, I don't know.
That's a lot.
That is. It's not where those numbers came
I feel that number's exaggerated.
Only a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Top 3. So we decided to do movies with Wolverine in them, right? That was kind of how we
Yep.
Decided to do that.
And obviously we can't use Logan.
Obviously we can't use Logan, which I'm pretty sure I would bet it was probably going to be on all of our top the number 1 on all of ours. I think that's.
I agree.
Actually, it would not have been my number 1.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Find that hard to believe. Real Steel was your number 1? No, sorry. I actually like that movie.
Did we see that here for this podcast?
I don't think so, but it was fine. It was a Disney movie. I mean, it's Disney version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I mean, what's not to like?
What the heck is clicking?
It's Andrew and his loud mouse.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
He's doing more homework.
Doing research on the pretty lady in Wolverine.
Was there a pretty lady in Wolverine?
The naked lady.
That girl. Oh, I was like, she was the only attractive girl in the whole movie. I'm surprised, actually. All right, cool. Andrew, you're up.
Okay. Well, Logan would be number 1, but since we can't use that, I'm going to go in this order. Number 3 for me would be X2.
All right.
The next one would be in the number 2 spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys mentioned the Wolverine earlier, but I kind of like that one. I know it wasn't necessarily the greatest.
Yeah.
But I liked it better than the first 2 X-Men.
It wasn't bad. It really wasn't. I mean, they had samurai and ninjas and things, and there was a little bit of intrigue happening.
Had some awesome shots in that movie, too.
Yeah, it was a pretty movie. So, and even the train scene was kind of cool. There was a little bit of awkward CGI-ness, but for the most part, it was it was a good movie.
For me, that one, if Logan can't be number 1, that one takes the spot.
Sure. All right, Corny.
All right. So I'm going to go with the Wolverine is my number 3 with Andrew there.
Mm-hmm.
My number, that's not Andrew's, but Wolverine number 3, X-Men, the first one, 2000. And then my number 1 is the comic book movie Hulk versus, and it stars a movie of Hulk versus Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And that one is damn good.
Yeah, it is. I forgot about that.
So you get a little grittier Wolverine in that one. He actually he's hired to basically track down the Hulk, and they get captured, and they go to escape. And so he's got Bruce Banner. And Bruce Banner's being this snivelly, I don't want to, you leave me alone. And he's like, hey, we're being chased. We really need the big green guy. You need to get him out here. And he's like, I ain't going to do it. And Wolverine goes, all right, cool. And then stabs him in the stomach. So it enrages Hulk. And then the Hulk shoots him. But fun fact about that one, it's not the same story, but there is a storyline where the Hulk has gone to Tibet and he wants to be left alone, and Wolverine tracks him down for something. And Hulk promptly rips Wolverine in half and tosses his legs down the bottom of the mountain. And Wolverine crawls down the mountain, half of his body, to heal. So,
now, would he heal into 2 Wolverines, or?
That's funny. I didn't think about that. No, I think he just crawled down, got his body, and let it.
Kind of like a starfish. If you cut off a leg, or if you cut it exactly in half, 2 starfish come from it.
Really?
I think so.
And are they twice as dumb?
I don't know. I don't think they're very smart to begin with.
Well, that's what Darth Maul does in the Star Wars canon. Is that when he lands at the bottom of that tube, he's able to put himself back together. Yeah, he's in the Rebels cartoon.
That's why they call him Humpty Dumpty.
Is that why? Yeah, maybe we should start playing Darth Maul as Humpty Dumpty instead of an egg. I'm not sure why it's always an egg.
Also, fun fact about that: it never mentions an egg.
Yeah, it's never an egg. But it's for whatever reason, it's always portrayed as an egg. And that commercial, by the way, they have right now, where it's like Humpty is in a hospital and he's leaking yolk, is really gross. It just grosses me out.
Again, once you reach a certain age, things leak.
Just things leak.
Yeah, but it's yellow. It's gross. Oh,
I was sitting at my desk today and shit just fell on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So, I was looking at some of the other.
Thank you, Sam.
That's not a bingo card. Or it's not going to be one. I was looking at X-Men 2 as I was kind of looking at whatever, and I got into trivia, and this is fantastic. On The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Hugh Jackman, I'm doing that on purpose, I know, related a story about something that happened on set while filming the Weapon X flashback scene while he was running in the corridor, which he is nude and backlit. He turned the corner and saw the female cast members and James Marsden's mother waiting for him, hooting and waving dollar bills. That's fantastic.
I was hoping you would say Patrick Stewart.
Oh no! I like the idea of Fammy. What's her name? Whatever her name.
Famke Janssen.
Yeah, and Young Rogue and all them like standing over there. Oh, and Mystique and whatever over there, like dollar bills. That's just too funny. I love it. Anyway, Sam, it's your turn.
It is my turn. All right, so my number 3, I had a hard time going between where am I? First Class and Days of Future Past, but I got to give it to First Class, even if it's just a tiny little cameo he has in there.
But you absolutely in that one.
Yeah. Then I got to give it back to the original for my number 2 at the original X-Men, where he kicked off the character. And my number 1 has to be Les Miserables.
Okay.
Did they have the same facial hair in that one?
Same character, right? I mean, he was born forever ago, so he's probably part of the French Revolution, right?
It is. No, he wasn't. But
I like this idea.
It is funny that you say that, because in the How It Should Have Ended cartoon, they end it while he's doing his death scene with what's her name? They start singing the song of him dying at the end of the movie or the play.
Nice.
It's really funny.
But X2 would be my number 1 for sure.
Right. So hold on. What was your first one? Your number 3 pick?
It was First Class.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So I'm kind of I'm opposite of Andrew and nearly with Corny in that it's number 3 for me is the Wolverine. Number 2 is X-Men 1, and my top one is X-Men 2. It's still my favorite of the entire franchise.
X-Men 2 was just amazing.
It was really good, and it kind of in 2003 it kind of showed us that we were close to making really great comic book movies. Again, 2003 I'm pretty sure is the same year that brought us the third Spider-Man movie. No, I think it was a little bit later. That might have been 2005.
That movie was
because the first one was 2001, 2002. So yeah, so that might have been. Yeah, so it would have been later. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There you go. That's it. So that's that. What are we doing next? No emails, which is fine. Andrew, out of 10. I have a little clip to play, and it is this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
I don't know. I forgot. Out of 10.
Let's see here. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very good. I would definitely put it at the top of my Wolverine list. And probably near the top of some of my superhero movies. You know, I enjoy a good superhero film. I'm going to give this 8.7.
All right. Cool. Corny.
I'm going to give it a 9.3.
Wow.
Schnickst out of 10.
Okay.
Sorry, I almost said the word wrong.
Right. Well, that's a hard word to say right anyway. So, Sam.
I'm going to give it probably a good 8.2 skull fractures out of 10.
Okay.
Or maybe skull punctures would be a better word.
Sure. I'm with you. I think we all like this movie a lot. I think that's pretty obvious so far. I'm going to give it a good 8.9 toe claws or foot claws out of 10. Again, it's a fine movie. Swearing aside, I'm not going to give it an 8.9. I'm going to give it an 8.8.
For the swearing?
No, damn it. I'm making it worse. 8.95. There. I'm trying to make the numbers not so round. So it doesn't get buried, tied for 14th with 17 other movies, as we're kind of at now.
Then make mine a 9.
No, we're good now, because now it's an 8.7875. So we're good. No, again, good. Again, a little too sweary for me. Again, Sean, you're a prude. No, again, I think the F word is a fantastic word and can be used often and in great moments. I mean, PG-13 movies, you get one, right? So in Days in Future Past and in First Class, they use that word one time, and it was for Logan when they went to recruit him, and he says F off, which is great. I mean, it was really funny. I mean, they just walk in, F off, and then they leave. Which is funny. So, though, wouldn't I have changed kind of everything if he had joined the team? I'm just saying.
Don't think too much.
I know. It would have all been different. Anyway, it's fine.
I wonder if they had cast Joe Pesci as Wolverine, how that would have changed.
Thanks, Sam. I was really trying to figure out how to get him in there.
I will say this, and I don't know if any of you remember this, maybe corny, but I remember when they cast cast Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, people were pissed.
I even told you I didn't think I'd like it.
He was too big.
Because he's too big. Because corny, like, Wolverine's like 5'8". Hugh Jackman's like 6'2". And no one thought it was going to be good until they saw him on camera and go, yeah, okay. I'm with you there.
The Wolverine.
He's great, yeah. And so eventually someone will have to be, they'll reboot it. They're going to eventually reboot the series because Fox will then lose their rights to Marvel if they don't. So we're going to get more of these in the future, but
they should just give it back to Marvel.
You're not going to. I mean, this franchise has
way
made
too much money.
$1 billion. It's the same reason why
better than just did.
But I mean, like, it's the same reason why Sony didn't want to give up Spider-Man. I mean, that's why they pumped out Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, is that they didn't want it to go back to Marvel. So, but now Marvel and Sony are shaking hands and being nice.
And they'll both make lots of money.
Oh yeah, Homecoming is going to make a lot of money, I think. I mean, Michael Keaton is a bad guy. I think it's brilliant. I just think it's brilliant. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for that one. That's the next.
The Batman.
Though I do want to see. I do want to see the Wonder Woman.
You should.
Totally should. I do want to see it. As much as I give Andrew and others grief about DC movies and not being good.
No, you're just jealous. That's fine.
Of bad movie making? No, I'm not jealous of that.
No, Wonder Woman. There's some cool moments in that movie.
No, yeah. Again, I'm looking forward to it. And from what what I was told, or not told, what I heard on a podcast is that some of the fight scenes are some of the best that they had seen. period, is what they said.
Ever.
They said the way they choreographed some of the stuff with like a little bit of slow motion and then like the practical effects and stuff, they said it's just really, really great.
It had just the right amount of Snyder's slow-mo.
Well, yeah, and again,
he had perfect.
Snyder had very little to do with this movie. He's still too busy dealing with the Justice
Still think
League.
he had a little bit to do with the ending, but I'll wait till talk to you about that.
Okay,
until you come back.
That's fine. Yeah, again, I'll find time, and I might. My work is so crazy, but the kids are in daycare now, so maybe I can find a way to say.
I was going to say, but my opinion on Wonder Woman is that this is the Superman movie that it should have been the first place.
Absolutely.
Right, and again, that's
absolutely,
and that's the issue that again I've had with these all along is that they got Superman wrong, and that it's good to hear that they got her right.
Was it you, Corny, that posted a picture on Facebook of Wonder Woman carrying Batman and everybody?
Yeah, put it on GroupMe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is pretty much the movie.
Yeah, or DC in whole as a whole, in the DC movie franchise as a whole.
Yep.
She's carrying Batman as Superman, and that's fantastic. I love that idea. Yeah. Oh, great! All right, so that's it. That's our movie. That's our podcast. That's our show. Thank you for listening. What are we doing next week? Next week we are doing something called Enema of the State. Oh, we both made the same joke. I love it.
Blink 182.
Enemy of the State. That's a Will Smith joint with your Gene Hackman. And other people. Jason Lee.
Hacker Man?
Yeah, he actually is a hacker man in that movie, which is funny. He really, really is. So, yeah, that's it. That's our movie. I'm really looking forward to it. Spoiler alert, I own it on DVD. So,
check that box, folks.
Check the box. Well, next week. You can't check it this week. But next week you can check it. So, that's right. So, next week, Enemy of the State. Tune back in to listen to that. In the meantime, you may. Where's my thing? What? Oh, sorry. I was like, what is Scott Pilgrim music? Oh, right. It's the intro. Sorry. Where's the outro? There it is. Damn it. That was hard. Right. So, Enemy of the States next week. I'm so excited to do that. This also, Logan was great, and I'm glad that we're done. All right. Sorry. GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews. Throw some money our way. We need it. We need money to keep the show going, keep the lights on, things like that. We appreciate.
Or we have to put Sam on the corner.
That's true. Anchor app. I haven't done an Anchor in 12 days. I'm sorry.
Both ways.
I'll put one up tomorrow. I promise. Leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, YouTube, all that stuff. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. Facebook /Cheapseat Reviews. And of course, you may follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast.
Swipe right on our Tinder.
Yeah, and as always, you can find Sam on Grindr. So there you go. Look for him on that. Sam, if you don't know what Grindr is, Google it. It'll be more funny if you do. And of course, you may send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. That's going to do it for us. This was fun, guys. I'm glad we were able to squoze this in this week. So there we go. Next week, Enemy of the State with your 90s hacker tech. I'm very excited. So
this town needs an enemy.
Of the state. So on behalf of Andrew, Corny, Sam, this is Sean saying thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
It's clobbering time. Wait.
And I didn't have to bleep anything. Yes.